What up? What's good? Let's get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know when this video is going to drop, but I need y'all. I don't know if it's already out by now, but I need y'all. If this came out before my live stream on, what's today? Matter of fact, I'm going to check the date just so. Wednesday, it is Wednesday, December 12th, 2018. If you watch this after, it's already been announced. But what I'm telling you is tune in today at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern. This might be one of the most important live streams I've done. The donos are probably going to be the most important donos I've gotten outside of the Strictly for the Fans donation. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just tune in today. I got some big news. We are like 99.9% locked in something huge, something that y'all been asking for a long time. I can't say it here. I'm going to make a whole video about it, but let's make this video real quick. Let's do this video real quick. So, I noticed this with the Grammys. I really did. I noticed that Eminem's Kamikaze was not nominated for Album of the Year. And there's a lot of different conspiracies to it. A lot of people being like, well, maybe it missed the deadline. Maybe it didn't miss the deadline because Lucky You is nominated for a Grammy. So other people were saying things like, well, maybe this, that, and the third. And Joyner's nominated for 2 Grammys this year. So that was kind of weird. I was like, all right, well, whatever, I guess. And then Complex Magazine put out their top 50. 50. 50. Coming out the stereo. Kind of hard to tell, though, because I switched the flow. You know what I'm saying? 50. And Kamikaze did not have one spot out of 50 albums that dropped in 2018. Huh? After that, I saw this article. It said, is the U.S. media ganging up against Eminem and the Kamikaze album? And it got my conspiracy mind going. And really, is this even a conspiracy, or is this pretty blatantly obvious what's going on? Is this a conspiracy? Because to not give... Okay, let me start this off by saying the Grammys are a bunch of outdated people voting for something. The Grammys don't really mean that much. I mean, it means that much to the world, and it means that much to everybody, but like to our culture, I really don't think the Grammys should mean as much as to everybody else because they clearly don't respect us the way that we should be respected. And a snub from Album of the Year, I feel like it's kind of weird for M, because don't he usually always get that? And then it's like, so what are you, so the Grammys like, and then the Complex is even less important. I'm just saying that these are the major outlets. So if they're not saying, or if they're not putting this in there, then probably the other people aren't going to because they're followers. So it had me thinking like, why? What criteria goes into picking the album of the year? Now it's gotta be units sold, or like business-wise, how successful it was. That was one of the most successful albums of the year, just monetarily. Units sold-wise, and I'm like, okay, what else do we look at? Impact. That Kamikaze's impact is still reverberating. Like I even said, when I saw the Lucky You thing, I was like, well, it's funny because it seems that Lucky You seems like it's going to be a big song in 2019 also, or it seems like the impacts of Lucky You are still going to be felt in 2019. That's what I said. I said it's not going to make you think of 2018 as much as I think it's going to make you think of the guard changing of lyrics playing an important role in music again for the masses. I think that's what it's going to show. But I think 10 years from now, people might not remember exactly what year it dropped. But that's not saying it's not impactful. Then Complex does 50 albums and doesn't give Eminem's one. If you read some of the albums that were on there over Kamikaze, you would die laughing. Then I thought about it. Why could they be doing this? Duh! Hit me like a ton of bricks. Eminem on this album went on a tirade on the Grammys, on news outlets, on the media, on people like platforms like Complex, people like DJ Academics who works at Complex. I really think this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the moment that we look and we really see the industry playing politics. The industry does not want Kamikaze to be notarized or known or remembered as one of the albums of the year. I mean, that's not going to stop it from being looked at like that, but they're dead. It's clearly now that they're making a concerted effort to try to have people forget about the album, which makes no sense. That's how you know it's the album of the year, where people can't just forget about this album. There's the news just came out, Eminem and 50 gonna be working together again with Ed Sheeran, so it's like, bro, Eminem is still... I know he ruffled a lot of feathers, right? I know he ruffled a lot of feathers, but y'all gonna just pretend. And here's the thing where I say all news outlets have the right to do this, right? All news outlets have the right to be petty. All news outlets be like, oh, well, you made fun of us? Well, we're just not gonna put you on our outlet. But then you can't, you can do that. But the part where you start having your cake and eating it too, which is my biggest pet peeve with people, is when then you also want your list to be looked at as legitimate. You can't have it both ways. You can't make emotional decisions or business decisions to not put certain people on there who are clearly supposed to be on there, and then we're supposed to respect your list as if it's a list that really means anything. This is the... Complex should change the name of top 50 albums, should be like top 50 albums we wanted, or like top 50, which I guess that is what a top 50 album is like. Top 50 Complex albums, or top 50 albums minus in Kamikaze. Because there's no criteria. Now, everybody wants to pretend like everything is just so like eye of the beholder. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know when people be like, who's your favorite rapper? It's like, oh, it could be different. Nah, I could feel that. I could feel that. But your thing has to be consistent all the way across, right? So if you say your favorite rapper is Kendrick Lamar because he's lyrical and has a message and this, that, and the third, then you kind of can't, like, you could hate like a MF Doom or a J. Cole, but you can't hate them because they're too political. I've seen people who are like that, who conveniently like things or conveniently dislike things at the time, and then it's like, yo, I could use this same logic and destroy one of your future or past points. So I'd be like, okay, that's cool. This is an emotional list. I understand. But are you, like, it's like the elephant in the room at this point. Are we going to pretend like, hold up. Let's read this article. Let's go ahead and read this article. Because they really want to, like, pretend like Kamikaze didn't happen. That's like the new Joan. They want to pretend like the thing didn't even happen. You know what I mean? So I got this article right here. We're going to pull it up and we're going to read this shenanigans. Because this is pure shenanigans. This is unadulterated shenanigans. Complex Magazine published its top 50 albums of the year. And it didn't include Eminem's Kamikaze in it at all. Not even a honorable mention. Not even, it's like when you start going as far as not making a top 50 list and not putting the highest selling album of the year on it, it's like, can you at least acknowledge why this isn't on there? Like, I understand us doing these videos and us talking about it is giving credence or importance to these lists that probably don't deserve it, but it's like, son, How much disrespect? Like, all we ask you talking heads, you useless platforms, you emotional platforms, and there's nothing wrong with being emotional, because me as an artist and all artists are very emotional. You got to be super emotional to make good music. Everybody from J. Cole to 21 Savage are probably going to always be the most emotional people in the room. That's how they make music. I'm just stunned on my ex, bitch. It comes from hurt. It comes from hurt. It comes from his ex-girl leaving him or doing him foul, and now he's so famous, but he still can't stop thinking of that. That's pure insecurity. You know what I'm saying? You gotta listen to music. Really listen to it. Okay. Kamikaze objectively is not the best album of the year. Now, what they're saying by that is Kamikaze objectively is not the best album of the year. Well, that's not really objectively, because some people can definitely make that argument that it's the best album of the year. But I don't think it's the best album of the year. I think it's the most important album of the year, but best is probably not the best album of the year. It's definitely top 3. It's definitely at least top 5, at least top 10. You know what I'm saying? And then I know y'all asking that, well, if he doesn't think Kamikaze is the album of the year, what does he think is album of the year? That would take me some time to think about, of what all dropped this year. But Scorpio side A, fire, but it got diluted by side B. Anyway, let's get into it. But it's definitely, they say Kamikaze objectively is not the best album of the year, but it's definitely one of 10 or even 5 best. At least it's most commercially successful. At least it's the most commercially successful release of 2018 in 3.5 months. What? What? That's like, y'all racist, huh? Y'all racist against white people. That's what, if this, I'm going to put it this way. If a tennis magazine, like a reputable tennis magazine, puts out their top 50 tennis players of the year, just switch the roles, and say Serena Williams won the Wimbledon, say Serena Williams may have lost one match the whole year, say Serena has won 30 matches, say Serena got all the accolades, you know what I mean, say Serena's moving the most tickets. I don't know if that matters in tennis. If they then made that list and completely left Serena out, I almost said Katrina. Do you know how many people will be looking at that like, what kind of racist motherfucker? This is definitely, I mean, and it's not racism, like I said. This is just complex and all. Because remember when Kamikaze came out, there's a lot of magazines that tried to poop on it. And M literally took out articles in those magazines to get mad. So you can't, we probably should have saw this coming from a mile away. I'm pretty sure M and their camp is like, if we didn't see this coming, we're stupid. We knew this was going to come. But the most commercially successful album of 2018 is not on the list. Do you know how bad that they have to be saying that this album is, that it is the most commercially, there's got to be like, let's say there's 3 criterias in picking the album of the year, right? And let's say there's a number value to all of those, and they even each other out. So maybe some CDs that weren't like as lyrically or content as good as some other albums, like Cardi B maybe wasn't as impactfully, like content impactful as a J. Cole or Kendrick, but the success, the pop culture importance is gonna level it up. So maybe the content is like a 60, but the pop culture relevancy is 100, right? So that would even it up as probably higher than some of the other albums that have better content, right? Follow me as I'm doing this right now. So you would have to say the most commercially successful album, then that would mean in success and like monetary and album sold and in just product move, that would mean that this album is literally the best case scenario in that. If there's 3 aspects, 3 attributes, that means that there's nobody higher in that attribute. Do you know how low the other attributes would have to be for you to make a list of 50 people and not put the highest Come on, my nigga. Let's read this last paragraph because I'm getting myself upset. In Kamikaze, Eminem, among others, criticized mass media for negative attitudes towards his album Revival and himself. Do you remember his wordplay media fingers from the track The Ruger? Is there any more of the article? Yeah, there's no more. That's it. That's the whole article. Really, it's sad, man. It's sad, man. I don't even want to go through the top 50 because it's annoying. Like, my nigga, they got Jacquees in here. They got Jacquees in here, my nigga. They got Tiana Taylor's album when Tiana Taylor didn't like her album. Man, y'all, I'm out of here.